Hey guys, Nate here with the first episode of My Take. And this new series, which I'm going to be doing My Take, as I call it, is going to be basically NASCAR, UFC, wrestling. Because what I was doing before, it wasn't really working out because you need a lot of money to pursue those videos, and I had to collect a lot of classic video games, and that just wasn't, anyway, it wasn't working out. But I figured, I have a television, and just about any idiot can afford to watch television nowadays. And I like NASCAR and UFC and wrestling, and a lot of other people do too. So I figured, I'd just talk about it and give my takes and my rants, and talk a little bit about what's happening in the current week about sports. So anyway, the first thing I'd like to talk about is the Daytona 500, which happened a couple days ago on Sunday. As many of you guys know, 10 years ago, on February 18th, 2001, Dale Sr. passed away in the Daytona 500. And that's the same race that Michael Waltrip had won. The first win for Michael Waltrip in quite a long time, and his first Daytona 500, as far as I know. And anyway, Michael Waltrip didn't find out that Dale Jr. had passed away for another couple hours. So, anyway, it was a big loss to NASCAR. So 10 years later, a couple days ago, we have this really, record-breaking Daytona 500. We had the most cautions, I believe it was 16, which is a lot. And we had the youngest driver to win the Daytona 500 at 20 years and 1 day. His name is Trevor Bayne, and it was his second Sprint Cup race ever. I was originally wanting to go for Kevin Harvick, but he got out with about 20 laps into the race or so, in a crash I think involved like 5 or 6 cars. Don't really remember how many, but something like that. And I also was going for Ryan Newman, which a lot of people don't like anymore, but I still go for Ryan Newman. I'm kind of loyal. He had led a couple laps there, but anyway, he crashed with about 5 laps before the end of the race. And then this new guy, Trevor Bayne, out of pretty much nowhere, he started in like 30 odd, and now he's in first, because half the guys in the freaking race had crashed and got out, as you can imagine. The whole race took about 4 hours. There's so many cautions. And anyway, with 5 laps to go, he drafted his the guy. There's another young fellow out there. I forget his name was now, but he got the black flag because before the green flag he had passed or whatever. So Trevor Bayne was up there, and somebody pushed him, and he won at 20 years and 1 day, which was amazing. And basically what they're saying is he's going to go for about half a Sprint Cup series, which is about 18 or 19 races, and then he's going to pursue the Nationwide, which, as they said on Speed, I believe it was yesterday, so somebody said that, it's a good move not to rush things, and basically, so, yeah, next year he'll probably pursue the full Sprint Cup, and, yeah. Now on to wrestling. The Rock came back last Monday, and I was really hoping that on Raw he would be back, but he wasn't. He didn't appear. But John Cena and The Miz, Rock, who I'll say right now, I really like The Rock, and who doesn't? But anyway. He said that he didn't really care for The Miz, and that The Miz sucked, and that John Cena was just a big 8 gorilla, and always going, "You can't see me," and all that shit. So John Cena brings out his thugonomic gimmick again and says a bunch of shit. So obviously WWE's trying to make maybe a feud. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully, I would like to see a triple threat. Between Miz and The Rock and John Cena. I think that would be great for the WWE Championship. That'd be a great match. I didn't actually watch the pay-per-view on Sunday, Elimination Chamber, but Edge and John Cena won that, and Jerry the King had a very, good match, and he came quite close in some, as well they said on Raw, so I guess that's what I'm going by, is what my friends have told me about it, and internet and whatever, but I didn't see it firsthand, because, let's just face it, $40 is a lot of money nowadays. Yeah, so they had the whole 2/21/11 thing, which was basically, somebody was going to return, and it turned out to be Undertaker, which was no surprise, because on the internet, a lot of places they were talking about it, and some people were saying Sting, but I didn't really believe it, but, it'd be kind of cool if he was, but Sting would never go with WWE. If you've been watching Sting, you know he wouldn't go with WWE, at least not anytime soon. And Triple H also came back. I guess he was waiting for his movie to come out or whatever. I don't think any movie that WWE gets themselves in is ever going to be any good. I don't know. They're just low budget and poor acting. So, just look at, half of movies they put out. They get like 5s at best. But anyway, UFC 127 is going to be coming out, I believe, this Saturday. And, I think it's going to be good. I'm going to probably, I don't know, I'll see it somehow. I'll make sure I see it. Because the last UFC, it just intrigued me because of Anderson Silva getting a front kick to the other guy. And I'm really bad with names, if you haven't noticed already. I can't remember. They'll say that other fella a lot, but just whatever. It's no big deal. You know who I mean. Forrest Griffin had a good match. He had apparently been gone for about a year or so, or something like that. I'm not really quite sure, but anyway, and he came back and he won his match, and that was a pretty good match too. So anyway, seeing that make me want to see UFC 127, and I'll talk about it after it happens. Now back to WWE, because I think I have a little bit more to talk about that. I'm sick and tired of the Nexus. I think everybody is. I just want to see CM Punk get his ass kicked without Nexus, because he thinks he's also good. And another person that I can't stand is Michael Cole. He's just annoying the heck out of everybody. So that match that they're supposedly going to have, or Jerry proposed to have, between Jerry and Michael Cole, well, I'd want to see that for sure. I don't think Jerry even cares if he gets fired. I think he just wants to have a street fight and get it over with, because Michael Cole, he's got to keep his mouth shut. The Rock said it in his own, awesome way, and even freaking John Cena said it. And I don't even like John Cena anymore, because, I like The Rock more, and The Rock doesn't like John Cena, so I guess better follow him. I don't know, maybe I'm just an idiot that follows whoever talks the best, I don't know. The Rock's getting up there. He's 30, almost 39 now, I think. And he said he was home for good, and he's not going to leave, which I'm going to like. I'm going to see, I can't wait to see what he's going to do in the following weeks. Kind of disappointed that he didn't show up to that Raw this week, but you never know, he might show up next week. But yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good one.